What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubae here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about arguably one of the stupidest things I've heard of a town spending money on, which is an ocean cleanup. The only problem being they just pushed the trash back into the ocean off the beach and then called it a day. Let's talk about it.
Nice racking her ass Brazilian, just turned 21, but my bank's a million, swear I'm...
Alright, so we all know that the ocean has become crazy polluted. Beaches have a lot of pollution on them. You know, Mr. Beast, Mark Rober are doing Team C's in order to try to get that cleaned up. And overall, I feel like people are kind of aware of the fact that we have a plastic problem in the ocean. And so whenever I see that somebody's trying to clean it up or do something about it, usually it's a good thing. The only problem is there's starting to be opportunistic people that are just looking to make quick money convincing people stuff's cleaned up and not actually do anything. Small town spends $150,000 to clean beach but dumps trash in the ocean. Basically, there's this small town that, you know, was starting to have a trash problem on their beach. It was starting to build up. People didn't want to go down there and spend time there. Tourism was starting to drop. And obviously, when that happens, it's time to clean up the beach. But what you should do is, like, take the trash off the beach, put it in a dumpster, and then take it somewhere where the trash is supposed to be, right? But no, I guess basically they just kind of pushed it off the beach into the water. And when you do that, you're A, just polluting the ocean, and B, it's just gonna move like down the current a mile and then wash ashore on a different beach. Basically, they did the environmental equivalent of what Patrick wanted to do, where he's like, let's just pick it up and move it over there. They didn't actually clean anything, they just made it somebody else's problem, which, you know, I guess technically cleans up their part of the beach, but you didn't actually, like, make the world a better place in the process. This is kind of what I feel like old people in charge of our country do. They're like, oh, that's a horrible problem. Alright, leave it for the people after us. When one Danish community cleaned its beach and threw the trash into the ocean, it threw away $150,000 in a month, and the town figures on spending about $1 million on the silly cleanup method for the year. So yeah, not only did they basically just push the trash in the ocean, but they also spent $150,000 to do it, which has to be even more dramatically embarrassing. Like, not only did you not solve the problem at all, but you paid to not solve the problem at all. Whatever company got the $150,000 to clean this up is like, damn, these guys really bought this cleanup method? That makes no sense. But what's worse is you would think after embarrassing yourself the first time, right? You're like, oh, okay, we got egg on our face. Clearly this isn't gonna work. The fact that they're like, we'll spend another $1 million on it. Like, okay, does the mayor's brother own this company or something? Like, what is going on where they're still gonna continue to spend $1 million on this thing that doesn't work? No wonder governments around the world are going broke, bro. They like see this thing, oh, we spent $150,000 on it. It didn't actually do anything. We just kind of pushed the trash into the water and moved it 12 feet. Well, whatever. Let's just continue to spend money on it. It's not like we know what else to do with this money. What are we gonna do? Fund schools? Nah, who needs that? Our beaches are dirty. This municipality spent that amount to bulldoze seaweed and plastic from the beach bi-weekly during the summer. The city took the waste a few yards deep into the sea and then dropped it back into the water. Absolutely genius. The New York Post reported that the national broadcaster Denmark's Radio took the story and ran with it this last week, and it's about an hour drive west of the capital city of Copenhagen. I just want to know how this plan ever got approved, right? Like, okay, I understand maybe just not thinking through cleaning up the trash, right? Whatever. But like, when the company comes to you and they say, okay, we're going to bulldoze the trash off the beach, we're going to push it 9 feet offshore, and then we're going to drop it. I would instantly go, all right, but won't the waves just bring a lot of that trash right back in? Or like just push it a little bit down the beach? Doesn't that really not get rid of it? I feel like it really doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that this probably wasn't gonna work. Like, usually when there's a mess up like this, you get into the details and it's a little bit more complicated. This plan from the beginning was just stupid, bro. Who signed off on this, man? This is the equivalent of like, oh, dude, this trash buildup is a problem. We're really starting to have issues with it. All right, well, what if we just move it 9 feet away? Gary, you genius. My goodness, why didn't we think of this? Like, every 2 weeks they were doing it too. So once again, they knew it was like not necessarily the best way to take care of the problem pretty quickly. Like within the first day of this happening, I'm sure they started to have issues. The fact that they just kept doing it though goes to shows that like they don't really care that they're not solving the problem. And I feel like at the end of the day, sure, it's going to be a little bit more expensive to put it in a dumpster and take it to a landfill or something like that, right? But you're already paying $150,000 for them to come bulldoze it every 2 weeks. What's another like $5,000 to have them take it to the right location? You know, if you're already spending 150, what's 155? It's not like they're going to charge you another 150 grand to move it. I mean, maybe the company would try to, but that's when you go, no. Denmark Technical University professor Torkel Giesel-Nielsen said that cleaning an ocean trash dump was completely idiotic. He said, stating the obvious, the trash is coming back. You may export it a little bit further down the beach, but the seaweed will just wash ashore again afterwards. Catherine Richardson, a University of Copenhagen professor, said the move didn't help nature, only helping beachgoers, and city officials did not respond to the magazine email. But the mayor did speak publicly about the cleaning. Alright, so I want to be clear, I don't necessarily think every decision I've ever made through. I'm pretty stupid, you know, I'm pretty rash, I make decisions rushing sometimes. That being said, there's a reason I'm not in charge of an entire city, right? Like, no one should want me to be the mayor of anything. But what I will say is if you are the mayor of something and you're gonna spend like $1 million cleaning up the beach, it's probably worth it for you to contact some people from universities and figure out what's going on, because that's kind of your entire job. If like every professor from every university is saying that this was stupid and was never going to work, then who did they talk to come up with this plan? Was it just like a bunch of construction workers talking about how to get rid of ocean trash? Nothing against construction workers, that's just not necessarily your guys' field of expertise, dude. I wouldn't go to a dentist and ask him how to build a landfill, because he probably doesn't know what he's doing. Like, if you're in charge of an entire city and you're in charge of cleaning up, then you're in charge of also figuring it out how to do it safely and do it the right way, man. Like, you know, I'm a YouTuber and I could have told you this was a bad idea, but if you're the mayor and you have $1 million budget, then you really need to contact people that can tell you this is a bad idea. I also love how they're like, the beach is cleaner though, you know? Like, that's basically the only statement they can make at that point. Sure, we pushed the trash back into the ocean and it just moved down the beach, but at least our spot is a little better looking, right? Deputy Mayor Willem Christensen defended the method to the Danish broadcaster, saying that beachgoers wanted a neat and clean beach like vacation destinations, and he added another self-defeating remark saying that cigarettes, buds, and other small pieces will end up in the sea for the most part either way. It will, by and large, be there anyways. The water comes and collects things with it, which drift out in the water again. Alright, so let me get this straight, Mr. Mayor. I think this was probably the stupidest statement you could make. If stuff's going to be there anyways, then why bother cleaning it up? Like, if that's really your opinion, trash is going to be in the ocean either way, then why did you want to clean up the trash in your ocean? Because if it's just going to be there either way, I don't get why it bugs you. Like, this guy just is not the sharpest tool in the shed, I'll be completely honest. This guy did not think this through. At this point, as the mayor, you've got to be like, we messed up, we didn't think this through, our bad. You don't double down and go, well, they wanted a nice clean vacation beach, so we shoved all the trash into the ocean, but whatever, it was going to end up there anyways. Out of all the statements you could make, this was probably the stupidest one you could have made, dude. You definitely do not have a PR person running your campaign if you're out here making statements like, who cares that I killed Nemo? I'm just saying, if I was on the other side of this guy and I wanted to win to be mayor of this town and I was running against this guy, this is the easiest election of all time, bro. You could basically yodel and clog your way to an election victory over someone this stupid at making public statements like this. Who cares about trash in the ocean? It's not like my job is to clean up the beach. Oh wait, it is? Damn, I didn't think that through, did I? According to the ferry company based in the UK, there's a lot of trash and plastic dumped in the Great Sea. Every day, 8 million pieces of plastic reaches the ocean. There's so much plastic that large trash piles float around major shipping routes. For example, that dwarfs the size of Texas in comparison, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Alright, so, you know, I think we all know that this has been a problem, dude, which is why I'm so surprised that that politician got out there and was like, who cares? Because, I mean, like, a lot of people care now, bro. Listen, like, I know that your beach is clean, you don't care, but you still probably shouldn't just be throwing trash into the ocean. It just is not the best idea, especially because they don't have a good reason. You know, like, if the mayor got out there and said, look, our people are getting sick and dying, they're getting cancer because of all this plastic. I understand that it's not good in the ocean, but I can't put my people at risk. That's different. He literally got on there and said, they really want nice vacation beaches. So whatever, we have to clean the beach and make it look like a vacation spot. Like, that was literally his reasoning. It was his quote. I don't necessarily think that's a good reason to be dumping trash in the ocean is because some people want a nicer vacation beach, but hey, maybe that's just me. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I'd really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the video. And of course, subscribe if you're new and turn on notifications. If you really want to help me out, I'll put a link to the intro song in the top of the description, along with a link to my podcast, The Scuffedcast. Or, of course, you could do me a favor and use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout. You get a discount on G Fuel. It helps me out. Everyone's a winner. And last but certainly not least, I did go ahead and put some of my story times on Spotify. I'll put that link in the top of the description. Feel free to go check that out if you want. It helps me out. You can listen to them offline with no gameplay if you feel like it. And yeah, on that note, guys, that'll do it for the video. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I'll see each and every single one of you guys next time with another one. I'm out. Peace.